speaking of a band, we're going to go to the band that I met you in, and that's the Saturday Night Live band. And what other song would you choose but the Saturday Night Live theme?
Live from New York, it's Saturday
And here it is. I think this is an old one, but it was the only one I was able to buy. So tell us about your 28-year journey as the percussionist for the Saturday Night Live band.
I was playing on the street one day, and somebody drove by. A car drove by, stopped right in front of me, and a woman ran straight for me. I said, she's going to steal my money. I know it. No, she said, my name is Consuelo. We need a marimba player. Give me your card. I'm in a hurry. So I flipped her my card, and she ran back in the car, and it went away. That gig led me to be in the house band of a situation called the Latin American Workshop, called Taller Latinoamericano in Spanish. So we were the house band, and we played for artists from all over Latin America, South America, Central America, even New York City itself. And if the person had $1,000 a piece, we would smile, and we'd learn their music, and we'd back them up. The person had $0, we would smile, and we learn the music, and we back them up. So it was such a great experience for me being in a house band. Being in that house band, one of the artists was a gentleman named Tico da Costa from Uruguay, and we backed him up. And his sponsor was Philip Glass. So Philip was in the audience when we did his concert. I'm like, oh my God, the famous Philip Glass is in the audience. Wow, that's cool. Well, I got a call from his production company a couple of days later. Philip's doing a new record, which is a soundtrack for Godfrey Reggio's Poacassi. Would you come and do an audition? I'm like, is grass green? Yeah, I'm coming. I'll see you there. So I ended up being in Phil's ensemble and doing that record with a wonderful percussionist named Roger Squatiro. Roger Squatiro was in Lenny Pickett's an art band that he had that was based, it was called the Borneo Horns, but it was an extension of a band called the Borneo Horns. And so when Lenny asked Roger, do you know anybody who plays four-mallet xylophone? And I'm not talking about marimba. I'm talking about the xylophone with four mallets. Can anybody do that? Roger was kind enough to remember me and told Lenny that I could do it. Lenny and I actually met in a place called Drummer's World. And I happened to go over there to buy a drum head, and he was there looking at instruments. And he said, I am so happy you walked in. What a coincidence, because I couldn't find your phone number because you're not in the union book.
Oh, wow.
So guess what I went and did immediately? I went and joined the union.
Yeah, right.
So I played in Lenny's art band, beautiful band with very unusual funk band with unusual instruments, things like sarrusophone and accordion and bass saxophone and tuba. For a number of years. And then I subbed myself out because there was something I couldn't do. And I subbed out Bill Ware, who's the best vibraphonist on the planet, bar none.
Okay.
And I felt like I'd subbed myself out because then I never got any calls from Lenny after that. I said, well, I tip my hat to Bill Ware if, because I have to say Bill Ware's a better vibraphone player than I am. He just, I studied vibes a lot, and I ended up, playing a lot of vibes with Lenny. Then I got the call in '95. I'd been fired from a very high-profile band, and I was devastated. I was devastated. And, all of my great friends, a lot of my Buddhist mentors and friends, They said, no, 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 don't get sad. You've got to realize that behind, what do they say? When one door closes, another door opens. Well,
It's true.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
I
believe
was
it.
really, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I'll practice. I'll chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I will practice and I will try to get to that point. Well, one day I got to that point. I said, you know what? I don't have to worry. I'm in the right place. Even though I don't have any gigs in front of me. And after I went to South Africa for like 6 months after that. So, I went out of town, out of sight, out of mind, right? That's what they say.
Yeah.
So went back to town, not really any gigs. But that day I said, I'm okay. I'm in the right place. And that's what I got the call that night for SNL. And do you know
That's
what?
amazing.
Lenny, it was on my answering machine. That's how long ago it was. And he said, he said, hey, Barry, if you're listening to this, please call me back, because if Valerie's out of town, we're going to have to pass on her. And you know what? If I had been with that band that I got fired from, I wouldn't have been a member of SNL, of the SNL band.
That's amazing.
So
It all
it
happens
was
for a reason.
It was supposed to happen. The SNL band is some of the most amazing musicians I've ever played with. And they're some of the most amazing people I've ever known. You cannot be a normal person and be in the SNL band. Can't do it.
I'll second that.
Impossible. All of these people, I don't know. Summer is our new trumpet player, and she's the youngest and newest member of the band. She is an amazing player. I haven't gotten to know her as much as I've known the others. And, in 28 years, you get to know your comrades really well.
Isn't she a student of someone in the band?
I think she might have taken classes with Ron Blake.
Yes,
but Ron teaches
that's what it is.
Yeah, Ron teaches at hello. Okay, there's a Manhattan school. Juilliard, yeah. Sorry, God, how can I forget?
A little school called Juilliard.
Yeah, a little music school called Juilliard over there. Wow. But Summer, she's amazing. But I'm telling you, everybody that I know in the band, I know them well. The background comes from a lot of struggle, I would have to say. And I hope I'm not going to begrudge, or I'm not going to disclose anyone's struggle, but I think everybody in that band has struggled big time with one thing or another, be it early in their life or mid-career. Everybody in the SNL band has triumphed over something very, very powerful. And I think, I can feel it every time I play with them on the show. I think Lorne Michaels is an incredible genius. The way he, like Julie Taymor or like any great director, just understands that there's a lot of talent around, and I'm going to step back and let everything fly. And when I see him, especially during air, and he's just standing there, he's not doing anything except watching what happened this week or the particular week. Except when anything goes wrong, he's right there in the middle of it. I'll tell you, I'm just blown away every time. I'm blown away at the family we are, including yourself. Hey,
I'm so happy to be a part of the family.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's wonderful because there's no time for nonsense. We got a show to put out.
No.
And there are many times.
Go ahead. Many times.
There are many times when the cold open is live and it's happening, and we're getting in our inner ears the changes to the monologue. And it's, it's like, okay, I cannot make a mistake with this. I have to be concentrating, got to have my game on. Different thing. Okay, I have to get different mouths. Okay, let me do that. Let me grab this, let me grab that. And to be ready for that moment. It's amazing, don't you think?
It really is. I mean, just the way that that show comes together. My favorite part about being a part of the crew is when I get to sit there from 10:30 till 12:30 on Saturday mornings, and you guys rehearse, and I'm sitting
Aw.
right there on the stage, and it's like a private concert. And then we do, go through rehearsals all day, then the dress rehearsal for 2 hours at night. And then when Lauren comes and sits on the stage and everyone has the meeting, and it's just, it is incredible. And the way that the properties people and the utilities, the way everything moves on the floor, it's not chaos. It is a choreographed dance. And it is just, it is something amazing to be a part of, and it's still, and I think it'll always be like surreal to be there and to be
Yes.
a part of this institution.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Surreal is a good way to put it. It's just,
Yeah.
it's so much love and so much talent and not much time.
No, 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 not much time, but so much tradition in that room. And it really just is. It's like you feel like whatever position you're in on that show, you feel like you made it to the top in one sense or the other. I really believe it. It's just so incredible.
And at the same time, don't you think um, there are so many beautiful open hearts there? You know, I
Hmm.
think I remember Phil. Remember Phil, the lighting director, who has since
Okay.
passed. God rest his soul. He's the last person I ever heard raise his voice.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you something about Phil. One time he
Okay.
was chasing us off the stage because he was very serious about lighting, very serious, and he was he made everything happen with lights. And he was chasing us off, kind of yelling at us a little bit. And at the time, I was the only woman in the band. So, when I said anything, you could always tell who it was. There's no
Right.
mistaking. And I kind of had a little bit, I was a little bit peeved at the way he was addressing us. And I just piped up and I said, abuse me, baby. Go ahead. Punch me. Abuse me. That's what I'm here for. Abuse me. Go ahead. Go ahead. And all the other band members looked at me like, this is Phil. You can't, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I'd already done it. So the first thing I did is,
Yeah.
oh, that's disrespectful. That's a drag. I walked right up, I went to his office. I didn't even go anywhere else. I walked right up to him and I said, Phil, I owe you an apology. I didn't mean to disrespect you. You know what he did? He just laughed. He just laughed. He
Yeah.
kind of punched me a little bit and he said, you're okay, man. You're okay. And this is
Yeah,
like
he
Phil. What
probably
is he?
loved it.
He was in his
Yeah.
90s. Yeah, or at least his late 80s, because he was in his 90s when he finished with SNL.
Yeah. A guy like
Yeah,
that, though, they
that's
can appreciate when you give it back to him a little bit.
I thought, oh no, wait a minute. I can't talk to him like that. He's my elder. But yeah, everybody there, young, old, and in between, we're just all a wonderful family. And
It's beautiful.
so that means you're my brother. Hey,
Yeah. What's up, sister?
hey, bro.
That's right.